Damian Wayne has survived assassins, supervillains, and unknowable horrors from outside the bonds of time and space, but will he be able to survive his harshest battle yet? Surviving the American high school experience? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman and Robin issue number 5 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join this newest arc, it seems that Damian's school is having a big pancake breakfast, and because Bruce is very serious about his son interacting with people his own age and living like a normal kid, he wants to help out as best he can and beat those deadbeat dad allegations, even if that means having to don some khaki shorts. But how the hell did it all come to this, you might be wondering? Well, for that, we end up flashing back. You'll remember that Batman and Robin were both hot on the trail of a brand new, darker Kirk Langstrom Man-Bat, and his right-hand woman, a brand new mysterious femme fatale known as Shush. The two baddies had given the dynamic duo the slip, and because of that, Bruce and Damian have decided to hit the streets and pump Man-Bat's crew for some information, starting with Orca. Batman thinks that should be easy enough to do, considering that Orca isn't always evil. My favorite thing about this scene is that Batman and Robin are clearly wearing their aquatic attack armor, or, you know, whatever the toy commercial would eventually end up calling these outfits. Sadly, Orca doesn't have much information. Dr. Langstrom played everything pretty close to the chest, and the only reason Orca even signed up with his group in the first place is because, well, and this is sad, she didn't want to feel alone as a half-human, half-animal hybrid. Ooh, ouch. This means that as far as Batman and Robin are concerned, the only real lead they have to follow up on is Shush. Damian is 90% sure that Principal Stone, the lady running his high school, is almost certainly Shush, as well as also being Mistress Harsh, a former League of Assassins member who had seen to his tutelage before going a little too far. Damian thinks this, even though there's like 3 or 4 other women we've seen throughout this series that actually end up cutting basically the same profile as Shush, but hey, you know what? Go off, I guess. In fact, we actually get treated to another red herring suspect this issue in the form of Miss Hull, Damian's biology teacher, who makes a point of having a one-on-one conversation with Bruce. Hull, surprisingly, actually has nothing but nice things to say about Damian, but also brings up to Bruce that he's probably a little too advanced for a regular high school curriculum and that he should probably be doing college entrance exams now. Bruce's heart is actually warmed at the idea that someone else out there is actually finally seeing the good in his son, the good he's always talking about and yet so rarely is ever seen. But he's still as resolute as ever that Damian needs to actually learn how to deal with regular people his own age, and also how to deal with bullies like Shay of the school soccer team without, you know, just killing a bunch of people. So yeah, we got a bully. Looks like we're also going to need a love interest, as Damian is actually stopped from kicking this poor kid's head in by a nice new girl. Her name is Erica, and as we learn, this school actually used to be a lot harsher before Principal Stone took over. Apparently there was a real problem with 50% of the graduates going on to getting into henchman work. Stone managed to turn the whole thing around basically overnight with a bunch of great programs, but the feather in her cap was always the award-winning soccer team, which she naturally coaches herself. Damian sees this as the ultimate opportunity to finally get close to Stone and see her doing something evil. So obviously he decides to try out right then, right there. Oh man, hey, that last Damian series was a shonen fight anime tournament story, and now it's a sports anime. Oh, Joshua Williamson, you mad bastard, you done it again. Now, being a vigilante in peak human condition, Damian is obviously able to impress on the soccer field right away. Though he himself ends up being a little shocked and taken aback when his amazing goal ends up getting stopped. He'll make the team, but Damian didn't get to be as impressive as he wanted to be, and obviously that's going to be hanging over his head for the rest of the night. Speaking of, later that night, Batman and Robin go out of their way to once again tail Principal Stone, Batman himself actually beginning to lose faith that this lady actually is Mistress Harsh or Hush. But Damian is just a dog with a bone right now, and he absolutely refuses to be wrong, something that Batman can most certainly relate to. I mean, like father, like son, am I right? Damian's list of suspicions is only growing longer, too, as he now considers Zach the goalie to be up to no good either. Batman tries to say, hey now, son, just because he was able to stop your goal doesn't mean that he's somehow secretly evil. Maybe he's just a sports prodigy or a freak athlete. Did you ever think about that? Well, no. Robin ends up falling following this guy once he leaves the other members of the team, and both he and Batman are shocked to discover that Zach the goalie is actually Zach Zasz, seemingly illegitimate son of Victor Zsasz, one of Gotham City's most notorious serial killers. Aw geez, Damian, you know what? You and him should be friends. Think about it. You could have so much to talk about when it comes to being in the shadows of famous fathers. And so that was Batman and Robin issue number 5, everybody, and I'm happy to report that this series continues to move from strength to strength, heading into its second arc. Never in all my years did I think Batman and Robin would actually work so well as kind of a high school drama slice of life story, but damn it if Joshua Williamson isn't just making it work. Hell, the more possible suspects they introduce for Shush, the more interested I am actually in things too. Principal Stone is just too obvious. Hale speaks very highly of Damian, and we know that Mistress Harsh was kind of obsessed with the kid, pushing him to higher and higher benchmarks, while also feeling jealous that the kid kind of ended up exceeding her. Hell, 5 issues in, I bet you all forget that Batman and Damian also have a brand new female neighbor, too. It could always possibly be her. I'm also really enjoying this series seemingly having one overarching bad guy in Man-Bat, with the smaller, more self-contained school-centric stories being part of the bigger tapestry that is eventually bringing him down. It's good stuff, and unlike a lot of other books I'm reading right now. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one another very strong 8 out of 10. And if you like that first arc, I think you're gonna like this newest one a lot too. Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.